We're still waiting for a start here. The chute out to the right of us. They'll go around one turn, a one-turn mile. They're still loading one horse in. Here we go. They're all set. And they're off. Snow Chief broke quickly from the outside. Gaining along the rail is Majestic Island. Then right along the inside, Raised on Stage. To the outside, Imperious Spirit broke quickly, and Imperious Spirit, Majestic Island, and Raised on Stage are battling for the lead out of the chute. Derby Fair is racing in fourth. Snow Chief now fifth. Scat Dancer on the outside sixth. Family Style along the inside is seventh. Then Mustin Lake. The back two are Ferdinand, and Electric Blue is 10th. Down the back stretch, Majestic Island has a head in front. Along the inside, now taking over the lead is Raised on Stage. Raised on Stage gets the lead a half length. Majestic Island the second, Imperious Spirit third. On the outside, Snow Chief now rallies up for the lead as they race past the half-mile pole. It's Snow Chief on the outside. Along the inside, Raised on Stage. Derby Fair has emerged in third. Then a gap of 5 lengths to Imperious Spirit, dropping back. Scat Dancer gains into fourth on the outside. Family Style as far back as the field turns for home. On the front end, Snow Chief now in the clear by 3 lengths. Raised on Stage is second. Derby Fair is third. Ferdinand gaining ground along the inside fourth. Scat Dancer is fifth. Family Style races in sixth. Electric Blue is very wide, seventh and gaining as they race through the stretch. Snow Chief and Alex Solis on a big lead of 5 lengths. Raised on Stage tries to hold second, then Ferdinand at the rail. Electric Blue races in fourth. Family Style is fifth. They're in the final strides, and Snow Chief is striding clear to a big victory here. Ferdinand along the inside battling with between horses Raised on Stage and Electric Blue. They come under the wire, and a big victory for Snow Chief and Alex Solis drawing off in the Hollywood Futurity. Ladies and gentlemen, in the winner's circle to present the trophy to the winner of the Hollywood Futurity is the esteemed racing columnist from Daily Racing Form. Hollywood Park welcomes Mr. Joe Hirsch. Entering the winner's circle, Snow Chief, a 2-year-old brown California-bred colt by Reflected Glory out of Miss Snowflake, bred by Blue Diamond Ranch, owned by Grinstead and Rochelle, and trained by Mel Studi. Alex Solis, the winning rider. The running time, 1 minute, 34 1/5 seconds.
Derby, the favourite Snow Chief. Alex Solis takes a peek behind. He's leading it by just under 2. Imperious Spirit moving up on the outside, and big players there. Icy Groom finding room at the rail and coming after the leader. Ferdinand has 5 to make up. Variety Road been hard ridden, not doing enough. They head to the 8th pole. Snow Chief now striding out in front. Here comes Ferdinand on the outside to chase him home, but Snow Chief is too good for the Santa Anita Derby field. It's next stop, Kentucky for Snow Chief.
Kentucky Derby. Turning back now towards the home stretch. They'll march up there, then break out into a warm-up. 16 horses, 5 of them in the pari-mutuel field. Therefore, the post positions, as Al told you earlier, will be different than the saddlecloth numbers. Number 1, Ferdinand, trained by Charlie Whittingham, looking for his first Derby win at the age of 73. The rider, again, is 54-year-old Bill Shoemaker. Number 2 is Mogambo, one of the favorites here, trained by Leroy Jolly, the only trainer who has won this Derby among those in the race today. He won it twice with Foolish Pleasure and Genuine Risk. The rider both times was today's rider, Jacinto Vasquez. Here's the English horse, Bold Arrangement, being walked by his trainer, Clive Britton, there on the near side, and on the other side of the horse is his lad. That's what they call grooms back in England. Number 4 is Vernon Castle, winner of the California Derby, named after the great dancer of the 19 teens and 20s. Vernon and Irene Castle was the partnership. Number 5, Rampage, winner of the Arkansas Derby. He's the one they call Rambo because he's so tough. There is Rampage, a Florida bred. 8 horses in the field are non-Kentucky breds. Let's move on to number 6, the Pride of Maryland, Broad Brush, Bob Meyerhoff's horse, trained by Dick Small, ridden by Vince Brashali Jr., a very talented Maryland jockey. He's held at 14 to 1 now. Number 7 will be the second favorite, it appears at the moment, Badgerland. That's the Lucas horse, ridden by the remarkable and the redoubtable George Velasquez, one of the top jockeys of his generation. Number 8 will be a long shot, and if you like a real long shot, take a look at Wheatley Hall. He might just do it. Jack Van Berg is his trainer, the winningest trainer of all time. Gary Stevens, a very good jockey. Here is the favorite. This is Snow Chief, ridden by Alex Solis, and 2-1 the odds. He is the favorite at the moment. Number 10 is Baxter Bow, winner of the Bluegrass Stakes. He's a long shot, ridden by Larry Melanson. Number 11 will be The Speed Horse, may lead the race by the clubhouse turn, even though he's from the outside. That's Groovy. Number 12, and now we move to the horses in the mutual field. Number 12 is Wise Times. He didn't win the Louisiana Derby, but he ran the last eighth of a mile in 11 3/5 seconds. That's quite remarkable. Watch for him charging at the finish of this race. Number 13 will be Icy Groom, yet another speed horse. Now, up top, waiting to call the race for us is Mike Battaglia. Mike?
Thank you, Jim. They're almost in. They're at the post. And they're off. Breaking for the lead from the outside, Vascular Bow and Groovy. Also from the outside, Zabaleta, Snow Chief between horses. Then Vernon Castle. Down the stretch for the first time, Groovy has the lead by a length. Zabaleta is second. Vascular Bow third, a length to Snow Chief fourth. Gap of 4, Vernon Castle fifth, by ahead, Southern Appeal 6.5 length, Broad Brush is 7. Between horses, Wheatley Hall runs 8. Up from the outside, Badgerland is 9th. Moving on to the back stretch, it's Groovy by a length. Zabaleta second, length and a half. Vascular Bow third ahead, Snow Chief fourth, gap of 5. Southern Appeal now runs 5th. Length of Broad Brush in 6th, Wheatley Hall 7th, by ahead, Vernon Castle 8th. 3 lengths of Badgerland running 9th. Down along the inside, Rampage 10th. Bold arrangement is 11th. Also from the inside, that's Wise Time. They're moving for the turn. Groovy on the inside has the head in front. Zabaleta second, a length. Snow Chief is gaining ground. Those three are right together. Bachelor Bow fourth. Into the turn, Zabaleta head in front. Snow Chief second. Gap of 2. From the inside, Wheatley Hall third ahead. Broad Brush fourth ahead. Badgerland on the extreme outside. They're moving for the stretch. Snow Chief, Broad Brush on the outside, Badgerland, all 3 horses together. Also gaining ground, that bold arrangement. They're into the stretch. It's Badgerland on the outside. On the inside, bold arrangement. Here comes Ferdinand on the rail. In the final furlong, it's Ferdinand getting the lead. On the outside, bold arrangement and Broad Brush. Nearing the wire, it's Ferdinand in front. On the outside, bold arrangement. Under the wire, Ferdinand under Bill Shoemaker wins the Derby by 2. Broad Brush finishes second, a photo for third. And Ferdinand under Bill Shoemaker, the master, wins the Kentucky Derby, running time 2:02.
The winner of the Kentucky Derby, the unofficial second, Bold Arrangement, the English horse, and the unofficial third, as I saw it, was Broad Brush from Maryland. A photo for third, however, and everything still unofficial. What a horse race it was. 2:02 and 4/5, well off the track and race record of the great Secretariat, 1:59 and 2/5. Bill Hartek, this was a cavalry charge coming down right about here.
Yes, it sure was. It looked like Snow Chief had a lot left turning for home, but then here came the stampede. I'll tell you one thing, that horse Badgerland ran a terrific race. He was completely wiped out leaving the gate, and of course Ferdinand going around this turn by me was absolutely last. Had a good trip in the race. Broad Brush ran gamely, and the Invader from England also ran a heck of a race, but Ferdinand was just too good for him.
He certainly was today, and by the way, the dosage index has held up once again. Not since 1927 has a horse with a dosage index of more than 4 won this race. Snow Chief, the favorite, had an index of 5.0. So there was the finish, and here is Snow Chief being ridden back by jockey Alex Solis. Let's go to Charlesy now.
They're off in the Preakness, and it's Groovy going right to the front. On the outside, Broad Brush coming on to be second. Down along the inside, Snow Chief right there at the rail, third. They race past the stands for the first time, and it's Groovy cutting it out by a length and a half. coming on, Clear Choice. Now gains second place. Broad Brush on the outside in third position. Along the inside, Snow Chief coming on to save ground as they move on around the turn. 7 furlongs to run. And it's Groovy still in front by a half a length. Snow Chief at the rail right there, second. Broad Brush racing third. Then it's Clear Choice on the outside. Gap of 3 more lengths, Badgerland. Then it's Ferdinand. And Miracle Wood is the trailer. They race down the backstretch. Groovy holds on to that lead by 3 parts of a length. Snow Chief at the rail is still second. Broad Brush is third. On the outside, Clear Choice is fourth. A gap of 3 more, and it's Badgerland on the outside. Ferdinand, a gap of 5 more, and Miracle Wood is the trailer. They race on to the far turn. Groovy on the outside holds that lead by a nose. Snow Chief at the rail, coming on, now going to the front. Broad Brush 4 lengths back in third place. On the outside, coming on, Ferdinand at the railway on the outside. It's Badgerland. They're into the stretch, 3/16 of a mile to go, and it's Snow Chief now in front of the field by 2 and drawing away. Groovy is second. Ferdinand along the inside in second place and closing, but he may not get there. A 16th of a mile to go. Snow Chief in front. Ferdinand is second. They race to the wire, and it's Snow Chief winning the Preakness.
The first post parade in the history of American racing took place in this Belmont Stakes in the year 1880. Nowadays, of course, every race on every program gets a post parade. Number 1 is Bobby Forbes, ridden by Vince Brashali out of Maryland. He has won in the mud. He won the General George Stakes at Pimlico in this kind of going, but was disqualified from first place. 4th in the Jersey Derby behind Snow Chief. Likes to eat peppermints, this guy. Number 2, another long shot, is Bordeaux Bob. He won the Count Fleet in the mud at Aqueduct in the month of January this year. Was claimed for $37,500 earlier in his career. Number 3 from the Green Tree Stable, which is attempting to win its 5th Belmont Stakes, is Parade Marshal. He was a good third to Danzig Connection 13 days ago in the Peter Van Stakes. Could have a chance. Number 4, one of the favorites here, is Mogambo, owned by Peter Brandt, trained by Leroy Jolly. Jockey Jose Santos is the leading rider at Belmont right now. He won the Champagne Stakes here last fall on this track, however, has been very inconsistent since then. Most recently was a good second to Snow Chief in the Jersey Derby. Number 5, Personal Flag, was unraced as a 2-year-old, but now has won 3 races in a row, the last by 5.5 lengths. George Velasquez up. Number 6, John's Treasure, that's old Walt Kelly's horse, ridden by the great Lafitte Pinkai Jr. He also was unraced as a 2-year-old. Number 7, the Kentucky Derby winner, Ferdinand, second in the Preakness Stakes to Snow Chief, Bill Shoemaker up. You know that story by now. And there's the man at age 54, still riding on in perhaps the greatest career of any jockeys in the history of the American turf. Number 8 is Woody Stevens' horse, Danzig Connection, with another top rider, Chris McCarron, in from California. He was third in the mud in an allowance race here last August. That's his one appearance in this kind of conditions. Danzig Connection won his first stakes race, though, just 13 days ago here in the Peter Pan. Number 9, long shot Imperious Spirit, was second in the California Derby to Vernon Castle, but recently finished no better than 7th in the Will Rogers at Hollywood Park, but his connections think he has a shot, and Ruben Hernandez is riding him. Number 10, the favorite in the race, and that's something of a surprise, is Rampage, winner of the Arkansas Derby in extremely fast time on a track very much like this one, on a sloppy track. Rampage, ridden by Pat Day. He has been unraced since he had a very difficult trip in the Kentucky Derby. Can he win with that long a layoff? Well, no horse has in the Belmont Stakes in more than 30 years. By the way, Rampage was bought at auction for $18,000 because he had a turned-out rear hoop despite his great breeding. So it's almost time for the race. Let's take another break. We'll be back.
Rampage about to go in. Okay. They're all in line. It is now post time. They're all in line. And they're off. Connection has moved into second. Then it's Imperious Spirit, John's Treasure on the inside, then Ferdinand between horses. Again on the inside, Bobby Forbes. On the outside is Rampage, then Parade Marshal, Personal Flag, and Bordeaux Bob on the rail is in 10th. They enter the clubhouse turn. We'll soon see the quarter time for this race. 23-1. It is a fast pace. Mogambo has the lead by a bit more than a length, and it's Danzig Connection second by about 4. Then John's Treasure is third on the rail. On the outside, Imperious Spirit is fourth, gaining a bit. About a length to Ferdinand, with Shoemaker on the rail, moving up also. The outside is Parade Marshal, about 3 to Bobby Forbes. Then Rampage, Bordeaux Bob, and a Personal Flag is now 10th. They're on to the backstretch, the half in 47-4. The pace has eased a bit. But Mogambo continues to lead by a bit more than a length. Danzig Connection on the outside is second by a length. Ferdinand on the rail is in third. Danzig Connection is gaining ground on the outside, only a half off of Mogambo. Also right there is John's Treasure alongside Ferdinand. On the outside again is Parade Marshal in fifth. Then Imperious Spirit, Bobby Forbes, Bordeaux Bob, Rampage, and Personal Flag. 3/4, 12-4. The pace is still slowing as Danzig Connection gains on the outside of Mogambo. They are now heads apart. Right behind them on the rail is Ferdinand with Shoemaker. Danzig Connection on the outside. Mogambo on the rail. Now it's Danzig Connection taking the lead. Mogambo is second by a half. Now Ferdinand has moved to the outside. Ferdinand is now taking second. Gaining ground farther out, John's Treasure. They round the far turn, the mile 38-1. Danzig Connection, Ferdinand, John's Treasure vying for the lead. Mogambo is back into fourth as they approach the top of the stretch. Danzig Connection has a neck in front. On the outside, Ferdinand and John's Treasure, they enter the stretch. Danzig Connection still leads narrowly. Ferdinand on the outside, challenging that lead. Farther out is John's Treasure. On the rail is Personal Flag moving into fourth as Danzig Connection now draws clear. This is going to be the fifth Belmont for Woody Stevens. John's Treasure on the outside of Ferdinand. Danzig Connection has the lead. It is Danzig Connection winning by a length and a half. Congratulations, Woody Stevens. Then a photo for place and show between John's Treasure and Ferdinand. Personal Flag was fourth in the 8th race, the Belmont Stakes here in...
Trevor Denman provides the call.
Fields sent on their way in the Charles H Strub Stakes. Ferdinand came away smoothly and goes for the lead with Broad Brush. Now the long shot Grand Exchange takes the lead at the rail. Snow Chief moving up on the grandstand side to join the leaders. Variety Road not being left out of it is only a length back in fifth, and then comes Late Preakness. Vilsack second last. Don B. Blue can't go with him, trails by 15. Under the wire with 1 lap to go, and Snow Chief's going to be caught wide into the turn as Broad Brush hugs the rail. Ferdinand showing a lot of speed today, right there between the two pacemakers. Those three only a neck separating them. The pace a decent one, but they're not in a particular hurry. 3 lengths behind that to Grand Exchange and Late Preakness. Here's Variety Road, now giving them 7-length starters. Pat Valenzuela kicks on with Snow Chief up front. Vilsack second last and Don Bibu last. Passing the 5-furlong pole, and now it's Snow Chief out where he likes to be on his own, leading at a length and a half. Broad Brush is second. Ferdinand going along well on the outside of him third, and those three are now surging their superiority as they leave the rest of the field far back. They go to the 3-furlong pole. Snow Chief still on a tight hold, leading at a length and a half. Broad Brush second. Ferdinand, Eddie Dalahousie going to wait to pounce on Snow Chief when they get to the quarter pole. Here comes that quarter pole. Snow Chief, but Broad Brush and Ferdinand coming to take him on. Only a length separating these three now. Homeward bound in the Strub Stakes. Pat Valenzuela has Snow Chief for more at the rail. Eddie Dalahousie and Ferdinand on the outside. Angel Cadero and Broad Brush between horses. What a thriller it is. Passing the 8th pole. Snow Chief reaches down deep and finds more. Ferdinand with his long stride up to take him on. But the little Snow Chief is finding more. Ferdinand right in his neck. Just the wire. So close.
From trackside, here's another look at that stretch duel between Snow Chief and Ferdinand. Snow Chief, who led at every call, tries to dig in along the rail under Pat Valenzuela. Ferdinand, who raced close to the lead, pulls alongside. But as you can see, Snow Chief wins it by a nose and a head-bobbing finish. That was the first victory as a 4-year-old for Snow Chief, the champion 3-year-old colt of 1986. He covered the mile and a quarter in 2 minutes flat. Jockey Valenzuela was ready to claim foul had Snow Chief's number not gone.
The race always lives up to its reputation. There couldn't have been a more thrilling one than the 50th running.
And away they go in the big cap. Hopeful Word bouncing away well with Bedside Promise. Snow Chief down on the inside of that. And here comes Epidaurus on the grandstand side now sprinting to the lead. Ferdinand settling down just behind the leaders. Then comes Bruiser and Bozina. Broad Brush is back 7 lengths off the lead, and Nostalgia Star trails by 2.5. Under the wire with 1 lap to go, and Epidaurus, as expected, out there pressuring the pace with Snow Chief right alongside of him. Just in behind that, it's Bedside Promise in a good position third. Hopeful Word giving the leaders 5-length start. Here's Ferdinand racing in 5th position. Just behind him comes Bruiser. 3 lengths behind that to Broad Brush. He must be 10 lengths off the lead. Bozina is next, and Nostalgia Star bringing up the rear. Down the backstretch with 5 furlongs to run. Epidaurus on the outside. Snow Chief going along easily at the rail. And Snow Chief now tugging Pat Valenzuela to the lead. But Gary Stevens and Bill Shoemaker know it, and they're going after him. Bedside Promise, Ferdinand caught 4 wide. But those 4 past the half-mile pole in a straight line. Hopeful Word been asked to run 3.5 off them. And Broad Brush is picking it up on the outside of him. They pass the 3-furlong pole. Snow Chief at the rail. Bedside Promise between horses. Ferdinand on the outside. Broad Brush is looming dangerous in 4th. Hopeful Word is under the whip in 5th. Homeward bound now in the big cap. And Ferdinand's got his ears pricked and going beautifully under Bill Shoemaker on the outside. Broad Brush coming to take him on. Bedside Promise and Snow Chief at the rail. But it's Ferdinand and Broad Brush coming to the wire together in the big cap. Angel Cordero on the outside with Broad Brush. Bill Shoemaker and Ferdinand. Ferdinand or Broad Brush. Here's the wire. I believe it's so close. Ferdinand.
Even Santa Anita's brilliant commentator Trevor Denman could not separate the two. The photo finish gave the decision to Broad Brush and Angel Cordero Jr. Akak, the sire of Broad Brush, won the big cap in 1971, and owner Robert Meyerhoff's brother owned the 1980 victor's spectacular bid. Broad Brush was one of many thoroughbred stars who came out from the East for this race, and so the thread of history continued.
And they're off. Captain Vigors is going to the front. Ferdinand broke fast. Slyly Gifted is up close from the rail. Here comes Judge Angelucci gaining on the far outside. Now Gary Bays puts Judge Angelucci in front with Captain Vigors at the rail second. Stop the Fighting is rushed up third. Slyly Gifted is fourth. Then Ferdinand, Thrill Show, and Red Attack 4 wide on the outside. They're all up close. The back 4 are Fabi Forbes, Schiller at the rail. Tasso on the outside is 10th. Late Request is trailing. They advance on to the backstretch, and Judge Angelucci leads it by a half length. Captain Vigors at the rail is second by a neck. Stop the Fighting a close up third. Gap of 2 lengths, and it's Ferdinand now poking his head into fourth. Slyly Gifted at the rail is fifth, followed by Red Attack, still wide, in sixth. Then it's 2 back. Fabi Forbes is 7th, Thrill Show is 8th, Tasso far from the rail 9th. Schiller is 10th, and Late Request is trailing. They advance midway down the backstretch. Judge Angelucci leads it. And there's 3 horses battling for second. Stop the Fighting in between them. Second ahead. Ferdinand on the outside up close today, a tight third. Then at the rail, it's Captain Vigors in fourth. Followed 2 back by Tasso gaining some ground now, a closer fifth. Red Attack is 6th, and Slyly Gifted now races in 7th. The field is advancing around the turn. Judge Angelucci leads stablemate Ferdinand by 1 length. Captain Vigors is holding his own in third, followed by Tasso in fourth. Stop the Fighting, racing along the inside, drops back a bit now 5th. Red Attack is 6th. Slyly Gifted now 7th, and Thrill Show is racing in 8th. There's a quarter of a mile to the finish, and Judge Angelucci is leading the way by a length. Ferdinand to the outside, races in second. Captain Viger still third at the rail. And here's Tasso with a chance on the outside. They race past the furlong pole. Ferdinand and Judge Angelucci, the stablemates, go head and head. Judge Angelucci at the rail and Ferdinand. Ferdinand pokes the neck in front. Ferdinand is getting up as they come to the wire. Judge Angelucci is second and Tasso third. It's Ferdinand in front.
Ferdinand, the winner by a length and a quarter, as Shoemaker and Whittingham each record their 8th victory in the Hollywood Gold Cup. Judge Angelucci, also saddled by Whittingham, finished in a dead heat for place with Tasso, making the 3rd time that the veteran trainer has sent out the 1-2 finishers in this race. The time 2 minutes 3/5. Shoemaker discussed the 976 stakes triumph with Robin Smith.
Judge Angelucci, and they pass us for the first time, and it is Judge Angelucci now who's out to take the lead, but Candy's Gold is sticking right with them early. Corey Black trying to nurse that speed with him on the inside. Skywalker is up close early. He's a Sorrows 4 wide, a Fleet is 3 wide, and toward the inside it's Good Command, a gap of 4, and Ferdinand is settled into 7th position, and Gulch is alongside him. Ali Sheba is now running in 8th. He's about 9 lengths off the lead as they head for the backstretch. Bold arrangement trying to take hold of this track. Crypto Clearance has 1 horse beaten, and that is Nostalgia Star, who is content to trail at this time as they move off the backstretch. Judge Angelucci and Candy's Gold moving together on the lead. The opening quarter went to 23 flat, 46 and 2 for the half. Those two are still going at it. Good Command kept close to them toward the inside. He's a Sorrows running 3rd, and Ferdinand now has asked for more run. He'll need racing room though. He's on the inside 5th. Skywalker is alongside him, and now Ali Sheba begins to roll from the back of the pack, and the Fleet has dropped back. There's a half mile to run in this Breeders' Cup Classic, and it is Candy's Gold toward the inside, Judge Angelucci, and Ferdinand to pick him up now on the outside 3rd. Good Command is putting in his run toward the rail. Skywalker is still in it. He's only 3 lengths off the lead, and Ali Sheba continues to pick him up on the outside with a dramatic run toward the leaders. They are at the quarter pole here at Hollywood Park, and it is Judge Angelucci on the outside. Candy's Gold toward the rail. Ferdinand and Ali Sheba coming on from the outside. Good Command is in behind horses. They're less than a furlong out. Judge Angelucci desperate. Ferdinand right there. Ali Sheba on the outside. Ferdinand. Judge Angelucci on the outside. Ali Sheba. Ferdinand has the lead. Ali Sheba up by the surge. The 2 Derby winners hit the wire together. Ferdinand and Ali Sheba in a dramatic photo finish in the world's richest horse race.
Oh my, Ferdinand and Ali Sheba, the 2 Derby winners of the past 2 seasons, battling down the stretch. And Bill Shoemaker has apparently won his first Breeders' Cup Classic for Charlie Whittingham and owner Howard Keck. At his best, saving his horse, and he needed all of Ferdinand to beat Ali Sheba. Let's go back to the top of the stretch.
Candy's Gold on the rail. Judge Angelucci right outside him. The early pace setters hanging tough. But in the pink and blue silk, Shoemaker and Ferdinand inching closer with every stride and will come up to take the lead. But keep your eye on the extreme outside in the blue and white. Ali Sheba gaining from Ferdinand with every stride. They'll come right to the wire in one of the most thrilling finishes you'll ever see. Ferdinand and Ali Sheba right there.
Well, we are in Hollywood, and with the photo sign up, fans waiting, and now the replay does show that Ferdinand barely, hair of the nostril.
It's close, very close, Dick.
And that is not the official photo. The script, almost melodramatic to have the 2 Derby winners dueling in that manner and for it to be so close. That's the exacta pool closing in on $1 million for those that are now rooting for the 2 Derby winners to pay off, and of course that is the one thing we do know. The exacta will involve those 2.
Think of all that hangs in the balance for this photo. Ali Sheba, if he gets there first, will probably be the champion 3-year-old, will probably be a horse of the year. Ferdinand, if he got there first, he could be horse of the year. All that riding on just an inch or less. Here it is again from our NBC point of view, looking right down the line. Ferdinand on the inside, and Ali Sheba, number 9, on the outside. And the hand, listen in the background. You don't hear racing fans applaud like this often. They're applauding Shoemaker and Ferdinand. They're applauding Ali Sheba and Chris McCarron as they come back to the winner's circle, and they await the official notice on the board. Listen to the hand at Hollywood Park.
I've never seen anything like.
And away they go in the San Antonio Handicap. Judge Angelucci broke quickly, but now there goes Faster Than Sound to join him. Those two going quickly up front. Crimson Slew pulls his way up to third. In behind that, he's a Saros, then Swink. Bill Shoemaker prepared to let Ferdinand drop out to last. He's 8 lengths off them. They head to the 7-furlong pole. Faster Than Sound now clears off to lead it by 2, going quickly. Judge Angelucci racing in second. Another 3 back to Crimson Slew in third. Swink is racing fourth. Then he's a Saros. Ferdinand brings up the rear, and he's 10 lengths off the lead. Past the 5/8 pole they go. Faster Than Sound out there leading it by 2. Judge Angelucci racing second. Then it's another 3 to Crimson Slew. Swink is racing fourth at the rail, 8 lengths off the lead. Then he's a Saros. Ferdinand continues to trail. Bill Shoemaker asking him to pick it up a little from behind. They pass the half-mile pole. Faster Than Sound by 2.5. Judge Angelucci second. Crimson Slew's holding his own in third. Now Ferdinand been asked to run down at the rail. He's picking off the back markers, but still 8 lengths back. They head now to the quarter pole, and there goes Judge Angelucci, immediately tackled by Crimson Slew, though. They pass the quarter pole. Judge Angelucci and Eddie Delahousse. Crimson Slew coming to take him on. Ferdinand now getting into top gear, and here comes Ferdinand to chase them home, but he's 6 lengths back. They run to the 8th pole. Judge Angelucci finding more. Crimson Slew. Ferdinand out after him, but not quite doing enough. And Judge Angelucci in a very impressive performance as he wins the San Antonio under Eddie Delahousse. Judge Angelucci, a convincing one. Flag is up. Fields sent on their way in the 88 Big Cap. They all came away to a beautiful beginning. Judge Angelucci goes to the lead. Alashiva second. Super Diamond on his inside, and Ferdinand up on the outside of them. They come down to the wire for the first time, as expected. Judge Angelucci out there on the lead. Super Diamond, 3/4 of a length back, scraping paint down at the rail. Chris McCarron has Alashiva striding smartly right there, third. Only 2 lengths off them today, Alashiva. And then it's another 2 back to Ferdinand, content to trail early. They go to these 3/4 poles. Super Diamond, Lafitte Pink Eyes going through at the rail to pick up the running. Super Diamond kicks on with it, but Judge Angelucci goes with him. The pace quickens noticeably as those two hook up on the lead. Then it's another 3.5 back to Alashiva. 2 behind that comes Ferdinand. Bill Shoemaker not wanting to get left out of it. He's starting to push a little at Ferdinand. They head now to the half-mile pole. Judge Angelucci on the outside and Super Diamond at the rail. Nose and nose, and they now clearing off up front to lead by 5. Chris McCarron now gives a loose rein to Ali Sheba and asks him to go after them. Ferdinand and Bill Shoemaker moving up on the outside. Now they take close order as they pass the 3/8 pole. Ali Sheba's been asked and he's responding. Ali Sheba takes the lead, but Bill Shoemaker and Ferdinand immediately up to take them on the outside. Ali Sheba and Chris McCarron pass the quarter pole in front in the Big Cap. Ferdinand coming after him. Super Diamond and Judge Angelucci now drop back. They come for home. Ali Sheba, Ferdinand on the outside. Judge Angelucci, Super Diamond at the 8th pole. Ferdinand and Ali Sheba. What a race this is. Just what the fans wanted. Ferdinand and Ali Sheba. Ali Sheba's holding on at the rail. Ali Sheba and Chris McCarron win the Big Cap by about a neck at the end.
Sure, it was almost as exciting as the Derby. That we got a real compact field of nothing but talented runners, and to be in the heat of battle in a race like this is a tremendous feeling. And here's Ali Sheba coming down there, just giving it everything he's got. He's got his ears laid right back. He knows that horse is chasing him hard, and he's running hard enough to hold him off. And man, what a great feeling it is to be on a horse like this. It's unbelievable.
So Chris McCarron gets his first win in the Santa Anita Handicap. That son of Aladar, Alashiba, winning it for Jack Van Berg, who turns the tables on Charlie Whittingham. You remember the 85 big cap when Greenton from the Charlie Whittingham barn beat Jack Van Berg's Herat. Alashiba, a Kentucky bred. He was bred by Preston Madden, and the owners at
the San Bernardino Handicap at Santa Anita. $530,000 was the pot because these two went to the post. The distance, a mile and a furlong. Here again is Trevor Denman.
Fields sent on their way in the San Bernardino. Alashiba breaks smartly, so does Ferdinand. Now here comes Good Taste to take up the running on the outside. Foreign Legion goes with him between horses. Nostalgia Star drops back to trail by 4. They head to the 7/8 pole, and that's Good Taste out there on the lead, but Chris McCarron not happy with the pace. He takes Alashiba off the rail and goes to put some pressure on Good Taste. Ferdinand is right there, just a length behind Alashiba as they go to the 3/4 pole. Foreign Legion races 4th and 4 back to Nostalgia Star. They pass the 3/4 pole, and Good Taste getting on with it now out there, leading at a length and 3/4. Alashiba going along very comfortably. Chris McCarron just perched up on him with that long rein right there, second. Bill Shoemaker going to go up and try and keep him in there, though. There's Ferdinand going up to put pressure on them now. 4 behind that, Foreign Legion and Nostalgia Star. They pass the half-mile pole. Alashiba still doing it so easily right there between horses. Chris McCarron still sitting on him, but he's going quickly now. Ferdinand's going to go up and take him on, though. And here's the match race we've been waiting for. Alashiba at the rail. Ferdinand alongside. 127 pounds each, and they're going to go nose and nose for the wire. A length and a half back. Good Taste is trying to hang tough in 3rd. Heads a turn for home. Ferdinand on the outside, and Alashiba. Neither rider's asked for a full effort yet. Ferdinand on the outside puts his head in front. Alashiba trying to come back at him. Good Taste running a huge race on the outside. But it's Ferdinand and Alashiba nose and nose to the wire. Good Taste coming on the outside. Alashiba going to get there at the rail with Ferdinand. Alashiba has won it by a...
That's what's known as living up to advanced billing. Alashiba by a nose over Ferdinand. And what about the new player in the game, Good Taste?
He finishes 3rd in a game 3rd he was. Had the lead, lost it, and came back again. The final time, 147-1, and Alashiba has now bested Ferdinand.
And they're off and running in the 1988 Hollywood Gold Cup. To the outside, Alashiba sprints for the lead. There along the rail goes Simply Majestic, right between horses, Ferdinand. Alongside Cutlass Reality, Masterful Advocate, and the early trailer is Lemon Juice. They pass the grandstands quickly for the first time on the inside. Simply Majestic has the lead by 2. Second, Masterful Advocate. A length back in 3rd goes Cutlass Reality. Another back in 4th to Ferdinand. 5th now along the rail, Alashiba and Lemon Juice, some 15 lengths off the lead. They swing into the clubhouse turn. Simply Majestic has the lead by 2.5. Masterful Advocate is second by 2. 3rd at the rail, Cutlass Reality by a length and a half. 4th now on the inside is Alashiba, moving up to be 4th now on the far outside, Ferdinand. Back to 5th, Alashiba, and then it's some 15 lengths back to Lemon Juice. They straighten away for the run down the backstretch on the inside. Simply Majestic by 2.5. Masterful Advocate still second. 3rd at the rail goes Cutlass Reality, about 3.5 off the lead. 2 more back in 4th to Ferdinand, then 2 back in 5th to Alashiba, and then it's far back to Lemon Juice. They continue with their run midway down the backstretch on the inside. Cutlass Reality there between goes Simply Majestic. Farther to the outside, Masterful Advocate. On the inside, Cutlass Reality has now taken the lead. Second to the outside, Masterful Advocate. Backing up quickly in 3rd, Simply Majestic. And now as a team on the outside comes Alashiba and Ferdinand. They move midway through the turn on the inside. That is Cutlass Reality with the lead by 2. Masterful Advocate is second. Alashiba makes up ground on the leaders in 3rd, and at the rail it's Ferdinand. Just a 1/4 mile to go in the Hollywood Gold Cup. With the lead now, Cutlass Reality out by 2.5. Second at the rail is Ferdinand, and now moving into second on the outside, Alashiba. They race down the straightaway, and they have Cutlass Reality to catch. He's in command by 4, and now 5. Second is Alashiba. 3rd at the rail goes Ferdinand. Here's the wire, and in the 1988 Hollywood Gold Cup, it's Cutlass Reality. As they come into the top of the stretch in the Gold Cup, Cutlass Reality has gotten the lead with a move similar to the one that won him the Californian. It looked for a brief instant at the top of the stretch like Ferdinand and Ali Sheba would come up and challenge, but as they went down the straightaway, it was Cutlass Reality not only in command, but opening up, and Cutlass Reality wins in 1:59.2, 1 second off the stakes record. Cutlass Reality, ridden by Gary Stevens and trained by Craig Lewis. The 3-6 exact returns $23.60.